We've all done it, putting off the things we know we should do, only to feel stressed, guilty, and overwhelmed later. But what if procrastination isn't laziness or lack of willpower? What if it's actually a clever form of self-protection? That's the central idea of The Now Habit by Dr. Neil Fiore, a powerful guide to understanding and overcoming procrastination, not through guilt or pressure, but through compassion, structure, and a shift in mindset. Dr. Fiore, a psychologist and performance coach, argues that procrastination isn't the enemy. It's a symptom. It's what happens when fear, perfectionism, and self-doubt collide with our desire to succeed. He writes, "Procrastination is a mechanism for coping with the anxiety associated with starting or completing any task." In this book, Fiore teaches us how to reframe our relationship with work, remove the guilt, and reclaim our time not by working harder, but by working smarter and living more fully. Step 1. Understand the real cause of procrastination. Most people think procrastination is about poor time management, but Fiore explains that the real cause is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, and even fear of finishing. He writes, "Procrastinators are not lazy people. They are people who care deeply often, too deeply about doing things perfectly. When we tie our self-worth to performance, every task becomes a test of identity. We think, if I fail, I'm not good enough. So, instead of risking failure, we delay the task, buying temporary relief at the cost of long-term stress. The first step to overcoming procrastination is realizing it's not a character flaw. It's a protective response from a mind that fears judgment. Understanding that removes shame and opens the door to real change. Step 2. Reframe work and play. Fiore introduces one of his most famous ideas, the concept of guilt-free play. He writes, "You can't create a full life by working all the time. Play is not a reward for work. It's part of a balanced life." Most procrastinators live in a cycle of guilt. They delay work, feel bad about it, and then deny themselves rest or joy because they haven't earned it. But this only creates more resentment and avoidance. Fiore flips the script. He argues that play and relaxation are essential for creativity and motivation. When you allow yourself guilt-free play, your brain refuels. You return to work with more energy, focus, and enthusiasm. In fact, scheduling play first, things like exercise, hobbies, and rest helps you work more effectively. This technique, called the Unschedule, is one of Fiore's most powerful tools. Step 3. The Unschedule. Work less, accomplish more. The Unschedule is a revolutionary productivity strategy that turns traditional planning on its head. Instead of filling your calendar with work, you start by scheduling your personal time first: meals, sleep, exercise, relaxation, social time, and hobbies. Only then do you add short blocks of focused work, usually 30 minutes at a time. The goal is not to overcommit, but to create small, realistic periods of productivity surrounded by renewal. He writes, "When you schedule your play first, you no longer see work as endless punishment. You see it as one part of a fulfilling life." The Unschedule also encourages tracking your actual time worked, not just planned work. Seeing your accomplishments in black and white builds confidence and momentum. Step 4. Start before you're ready. Fiore says the biggest trap of procrastination is waiting for the perfect time. You tell yourself you'll start when you feel motivated, confident, or inspired, but that time never comes. He writes, "You don't have to feel ready to begin. Action comes first. Motivation follows." To overcome the fear of starting, Fiore recommends the 30-minute rule: commit to working for just half an hour, no more. It's short enough to feel manageable, but long enough to build momentum. Once you start, the anxiety fades and flow takes over. Most of the time, you'll keep going long after the 30 minutes are up. Step 5. Replace negative self-talk. Much of procrastination comes from the inner critic, that harsh voice saying, "You're lazy, you'll never finish," or "You're not good enough." Fiore teaches how to replace that inner voice with a more supportive one. Instead of saying, "I have to finish this," say, "I choose to start for 30 minutes." Instead of, "This has to be perfect," say, "I'll do my best and improve as I go." He writes, "Language shapes attitude. Have to creates resistance. Choose to creates freedom." By changing how you talk to yourself, you shift from pressure to power. You become the director of your own work, not a victim of it. Step 6. The procrastination equation. Fiore describes a simple but powerful equation for understanding procrastination. Procrastination. Fear chems delay, chems guilt. When you fear failure, delay tasks, and feel guilty about it, you multiply the emotional weight of procrastination. The key is to reduce each factor. Reduce fear by reframing failure as feedback. Reduce delay by breaking tasks into smaller pieces. Reduce guilt by scheduling guilt-free rest and acknowledging progress. He writes, "Progress, not perfection, is the path to freedom." Step 7. Focus on process, not outcome. Procrastinators often obsess over results, grades, approval, success. But focusing too much on the outcome creates pressure and paralysis. Fiore says, "Focus on starting, not finishing. Focus on process, not perfection." By staying present with the work itself, the act of writing, coding, creating, you shift your attention away from fear and into flow. You become more productive and less anxious. Step 8. Build a compassionate mindset. Fiore's approach is radically compassionate. He understands that guilt and shame only make procrastination worse. He writes, "The harder you are on yourself, the more you avoid the work that makes you feel inadequate." Self-compassion is not indulgence, it's strength. When you treat yourself with understanding, you build resilience. You stop defining yourself by your productivity and start seeing work as an opportunity to express growth. Fiore encourages celebrating small wins, forgiving slips, and viewing procrastination as a teacher, not a failure. Step 9. Overcoming the fear of success. Interestingly, many people fear success as much as failure. Success can bring pressure, expectations, and loss of control. Fiore reminds readers that true productivity isn't about proving yourself to others, it's about creating the life you want. He writes, "Success is not a threat. It's a responsibility and one you can handle." Step 10. Work with your natural rhythms. Everyone has unique energy cycles. Fiore recommends identifying your high-focus periods and scheduling demanding work during those times. Use lower energy periods for light or creative tasks. He writes, "You don't fight your energy, you work with it." This self-awareness creates a sense of flow and ease that makes procrastination less tempting. The big takeaway. The message of the Now Habit is clear. Procrastination isn't a failure of discipline, it's a misunderstanding of motivation. You don't conquer procrastination by working harder or shaming yourself into action. You overcome it by understanding your fears, reclaiming your choices, and creating balance between work and play. When you remove guilt, schedule joy, and take action, even small action momentum builds. As Neil Fiore writes, "You don't need to finish to feel good, you need to start." That was The Now Habit by Neil Fiore, broken down into its most powerful lessons. Which idea resonated with you most? The Unschedule, the 30-minute rule, or guilt-free play? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Remember, you don't have to fight procrastination, you just have to understand it.